Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Bell Ringers podcast with yours truly, Ryan McDonald.
Ty Press.
Trevor Lay.
As always, go to our YouTube at youtube.com/the Bell Ringers pod. Please subscribe, like all of our videos, like our shorts, watch our stuff, help us out, and then go to all of our socials at Bell Ringers pod at Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Follow us there, like all of our stuff, promote it, send it out to your friends. Thank you. And then on Spotify at Bellringers Pod as well. Let's get into MLB, and the playoff picture is now set. 2 games are done. Detroit is up 1-0 on the Houston Astros, and the Royals are up 1-0 on the Baltimore Orioles.
Trevor predicted the Orioles bullpen would actually be the end of them, but they wouldn't be able to make it far.
Yeah, I have a new reason why they didn't win today. Their fans suck.
Oh, Trevor. We have
Why?
some Baltimore watchers.
Yeah, well, go to the game and fix it. It looked like a game in July. Everybody was sitting down. It was stone quiet. Fix that. It's the playoffs.
I wonder if some of that comes from them being, well, I mean, they're a 4 seed, so it's not like, I don't know, if they have higher expectations for their team. I think they can kind of just get by Kansas City that kind of sort of snuck in recently.
The Astros game was entirely louder, and they were down 3-0 the whole game.
It's kind of
That's a bad look in general. If it's playoff baseball and you can't even get the stands can't even be a little bit excited for the game. It wasn't even like a blowout win, wasn't it? It was like
It was off the rip, dude. It was quiet off the rip.
before they even lost the lead, before
Yes.
they even were down. That's sad.
Some might say it's
Rod,
a
you
bad
wanna
sports
break down
sound.
the brackets.
Yeah, we do have, so I'll start with the AL. 1 seed goes to the Yankees, 2 seed Cleveland Guardians, so they both get the bye. Then we have the 3 seed Astros playing the 6 seed Detroit Tigers, and then the 4 seed Baltimore Orioles facing the 5 seed Kansas City Royals. So then the winner of Houston Detroit will play the Guardians. The winner of Baltimore Kansas City will play the Yankees. And then on the NL side, we have the 6 seed New York Mets facing off currently against the 3 seed Brewers, tied up 4-4, the top of the 5th. And then you have the 5 seed Braves facing off against the 4 seed San Diego Padres. The winner of the Mets Brewers will face our Phillies the second round. And then the winner of the Braves Padres will face the number 1 seed Dodgers in the second round.
Going back to the Orioles, I really hope that it does get crazy, like that splash zone in left center. Like they've been doing it all year. I don't know. It looked a lot more exciting during the season than it did today.
I feel like
It's
it looked pretty exciting in the beginning of the season when like they got all hyped with like the new owners and stuff like that, buying beer and everything. Like I feel like they were more excited for the beginning of the season and what could happen than now that they're actually here in the playoffs.
Dude, the Orioles game that I went to a couple weeks ago, it was an absolute scorcher, like 90-some degrees, and I might have been sitting like 10 seats away from the splash zone's reach, and I was literally like, it was the biggest tease you could ever get. Like I was dripping sweat. All I wanted was some cold water sprayed at me, and it was literally dropping in my eyesight. And none of them reached me. It was the worst. But yeah, we got playoff baseball. Phillies isn't going to be till, I mean, what's the earliest game we could have?
Saturday, the 5th. That's when
Saturday.
the NLDS. I want to say the NLDS starts on the 5th and maybe the AL starts on the 6th, but I could be wrong there.
Right. So
I think
Game one will
the
be
AL starts
Saturday.
on Friday.
Oh, the 4th. Okay, I knew they were staggered by a day, but I couldn't remember which one was first.
Oh yeah, the 6th. What the hell?
So if game one is Saturday, the tickets we got for the 3 of us and a couple of our other buddies is we have home game 3 for this series, or for the first series, which is NLDS. So it would need to go to game 5, which obviously we don't exactly want. We'd rather than just finish it in 3. But if it does so happen to go to game 5, we'll be there. It's going to be very nerve-wracking because obviously technically first round for us, but technically NLDS round exit would be a massive disappointment for a second.
Especially if it came from the Mets, I would
Yeah,
not have a fun time.
Honestly, I would much rather not go to a game for the NLDS and then actually see a game 5.
Yeah, because then also that money just goes into our tickets for next year.
Right.
But then we do have the first, home game 1 for the NLCS, which depending on who we play, if it's Dodgers, it would be game 3, and if it's anyone else, it'd be game 1, which would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do also have home game 1 of the World Series, which no matter who we play would be the first game of the World Series,
Yes, sir.
which is pretty cool.
The Mets just took a 6-4 lead.
Ooh.
Don't love that. So yeah, I mean, I guess we can kind of go off there with who we would like to face in the second round out of this Mets Brewers series. I think Trevor and I are both on the same page with we'd rather face the Brewers.
I don't know. I have a better chance. Like I'm more worried that Rhys Hoskins and the Brewers are going to be the story of it and beating us than I would be worried that the Mets are going to somehow pull it off.
Rhys
You know, I
Hoskins
feel like-
stinks ass.
I
Yeah,
still
see,
think it's the storyline of Rhys Hoskins and the Brewers that I'm more afraid of than
I still think
I
Rhys
think the
Hoskins.
Mets are going to Met regardless whether they can make it past the Brewers. They're going to get bodied.
That's
If
fair.
I have to see Mets fans in Citizens Bank Park in Game 5, I might not be here anymore.
That's a good point there. I think Rhys Hoskins would just lay down his sword and let us win.
I
I think he
think
still has
you're
faith.
absolutely out of your mind.
But yeah, I mean,
But
it's just
I would prefer the Mets.
yeah. It would. I mean, it's also. I think the past 2 years the Dodgers have lost in the NLDS, so it would be kind of funny to see them lose, depending on who it is. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
seeing the Padres in the NLCS like we did in 2022.
I do think if the Padres win the first round, they're going to
Beat the
beat
Dodgers.
the Dodgers.
You don't have that same confidence for the Braves, though.
I don't know. I've had enough of New York with the Sixers. I can't see that. Like, I like the Sixers a lot, but I don't care about them nearly as much as I care about the Phillies.
Can't handle that New York hatred if they.
I can't even say what I want to say, honestly.
That and they get too many of them do end up buying tickets and coming down here for games.
that
So it is very annoying.
I can see that argument where it'd be a lot easier to hold down the fort if we're playing.
Yeah, there'd probably be like 10
Milwaukee.
Brewers fans.
Yeah,
There'll
I do
be
agree with that point.
like a fourth Mets fans.
And like half of the Brewers fans would just be children that are fans of Rhys Hoskins alone and wear the jersey while their parents are still Phillies fans.
So I can see that argument, but
The A, I'll say the A.
cover the AL.
AL is kind of where I don't really know who I expect to come out of this. I mean, the Yankees obviously should be the ones that come out, but at the same time, I feel like they could kind of get beat by some of these teams.
I feel like that is Yankees fashion at this point, but
The Guardians are
I was
just
gonna say, do you think
very
the Guardians
good.
are going to do it?
Their
The same,
bullpen is insane, and they're probably the best closer in baseball right now.
I really don't think Houston's gonna do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they get beat by Detroit here in the wild card. Baltimore would
Justin
be cool
Verlander
to see.
getting left off of the. I mean, he had a really bad year, but that's just kind of shocking to see.
Yeah, wouldn't mind seeing the Orioles make it, but like you said, if their fans are gonna keep doing that, it's not gonna be fun to watch.
After getting swept last year and losing the first game this year, it's going to be hard to climb out of that hole.
But I mean, I wouldn't be upset at watching Bobby Witt Jr. and the Royals kind of play out.
Please stop, Mets, please.
Move
You got
on.
any college
8-4
football you want to
Mets.
cover?
Yeah, we had a big game this week, Alabama versus Georgia. The new number 1 in the AP poll with Alabama taking the top spot over Texas.
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of hard because you can't really fault Texas for what they did. They didn't lose, but at the same time, it's kind of how do you see their win against Michigan versus Alabama's win against Georgia. So I think most people kind of decided to switch their votes to Alabama,
Mhm.
and then obviously
After almost blowing a 30-7 lead, they shouldn't really be number one. But they
I
answered, so
I don't. At this point, it doesn't really matter to me who's where. I mean, if anything, they could possibly see each other in the SEC title game. So then we'll get some more clarity, I guess, on that.
We'll get a clear one.
Yeah, but then you do get so Georgia only fell to 5. Ohio State stayed the same at 3. You had Tennessee move up 1 to 4. Oregon moves up 2 to 6. Penn State moves up 2 to 7. Miami drops 1 after a close win against Virginia Tech on Friday night, which some might say that was a catch by Virginia Tech and Miami should have lost. But you got Michigan back in the top 10. Ole Miss drops all the way to 12 from 6 after they lose to Kentucky. That was
a rough one.
Yeah, it never really looked like they were in it. Kentucky just had a really good defensive line that just pushed back the whole time. One thing I did want to say was running back on Boise State, Ashton Genty, is going off. He has 845 total rushing yards and 13 touchdowns through 4 games.
Yeah, that is wild.
yeah, he doesn't make sense.
I think the record was by Barry Sanders, like 2,600 yards, not including the bowl game. I mean, if he gets close to that, I think he should be going to New York for the Heisman. And if he breaks the record, I wouldn't be surprised if he could win it, depending
That'd be
on.
big. Not a
The
quarterback
fact that he already
Heisman.
has 13 touchdowns, I mean, he's got a good chance.
Like I say, I think he kind of needs to break that record by Barry Sanders to at least go. But I mean, he's on pace to break it right now, or get close at least. Would love to see if he could get like 3,000. It'd be insane.
I mean, there's not really a quarterback besides Milrow that I can never pronounce his name.
Oh,
Imaleva.
Nico.
Yeah.
Just easier just go with Nico.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean,
And Ewers if he didn't get hurt, but like other than that, you really got Travis Hunter and
what's like Travis Hunter's one that I think kind of deserves it just because of how valuable he is to that team with how many snaps he plays on both sides. Like it's like Alabama, like Jalen Milrow is good, but like the rest of the team is also so good where you kind of could throw in a handful of other quarterbacks and you'd probably be the same record. Dylan Gabriel with Oregon, that kind of he could get back up there, but he'd have to really have some big games against like my Ohio State and stuff like that to finish the season.
Gonna go into our NFL.
Yeah.
Another bad
Real
week
quick.
for the boy. Okay, go ahead, Trev.
Michigan, who is now ranked 10th, is underdogs on the road against Washington.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Was it 2 points?
2.5, yeah.
It's really funny because Washington's
Doesn't
not
make
even
much
ranked.
sense.
I don't think Washington has a single vote to be ranked either. One thing I would love to see Navy and Army both get ranked because they're both still undefeated.
Dude, they're actually like
Like-
juggernauts.
That's what I mean. They're top of the AAC, and it'd be kind of cool to see them actually get in there. Oh, but another thing, UNLV gets ranked this week after they lose their starting quarterback, because he apparently did not get paid the funds he was supposed to. And
Yeah, and the backup might be better than
yeah.
him.
I was thinking about betting against UNLV last week, and I'm glad I didn't because they obviously won. I was gonna ruin the team. Did not ruin the team at all.
Army and Navy, I didn't even know either of them could score 40 points, and they're doing it regularly.
Well, it's funny because I think they might end up like playing each other like multiple times because they'll play each other for like the Army Navy game, and then they might end up playing for the AAC championship. One of them could end up making the football playoff, but I think Boise State's probably going to take the group of 5 spot. But yeah, as we go in the NFL, first thing I want to say is Aaron Rodgers stinks, and I hope he retires.
Yeah, that was just a bad game in general. What was the final score? 10-9.
Yeah, he just that last 2 drives, all he needed was a field goal, and he couldn't move the ball at all. I mean, also it wasn't just run the ball.
No, I mean Brees Hall played like shit too.
Yeah, but Braylon Allen didn't do bad. Give him the ball. Just run the ball.
They could have fed Braylon Allen, but
like
it was a bad game in general.
You lose to the Bo Nix, who had negative passing yards in the first half.
Like I said, neither offense could get going. Really, it was really an unwatchable game.
But I had to watch it because
comment on
I
it.
picked him in my survivor pool as my last pick, and that was very aggravating.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was saved when they got the ball back, and then he missed that 50-yard field goal. I wanted to die.
How did you do with picks? Because I sent a text out and no one answered.
Oh yeah. So the recap on that was, I think most of us except for the wheel, I think I went 1-3. I lost my favorite, Arizona. Obviously, Washington smoked Arizona. I won my dog, Minnesota plus 2.5 at Green Bay. Lost my over, Kansas City at Chargers. I think they ended up getting to like 23 points. The over was only 39, so that was good. We all lost our Pitt Indiana under. Ty and Trevor both lost Pitt -2 as their favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Ty lost his dog Buffalo plus 2.5 at Baltimore. Got smoked Sunday night. You got that over New Orleans at Atlanta over 42.
Mm-hmm.
I think that ended up being like 50 some.
Yeah, it was 51.
Yeah, so you and
No,
Trev
50
both.
exactly.
Okay, you and Trev both won your over. Trev had Washington at Arizona over 50.5, but he also lost his dog New England plus 10 at San Fran.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was a
then
bad week. Bad week for the boys.
the
I'm
wheel.
glad at least everybody else went 1-3 because I could not handle going be alone doing that again.
The wheel was the only one that went 2-2 or better. They lost Jacksonville at Houston -7. Won Denver plus 7.5 at New York Jets, and won the New England at San Fran over 39.5.
they missed the
The
under
under.
with us too.
Yeah. Yep. So
Which, guys, first time I think probably ever we're gonna get not only all three of us, but the wheel too, all going in on the same bet, and it fucking misses.
yeah. Well, I kind of saw that coming. I was like, there's no way our luck's good enough to. But so that does for the total records. That leaves Trevor and I both at 8-8, Ty at 6-10, and the wheel at 7-9.
I don't
So,
know how to write this wrong,
kind
boys. I this is the most unpredictable season I've ever seen.
Well, that's
I can't get a number on it.
looking at our favorites. We have a total of 2 correct favorites
Oh,
out of all 4 of us. We can't pick favorites whatsoever. That is by
Oh,
far our
God.
worst one. I mean, I'm 500 or better in all the other 3. You're only your dog is 1-3, but you're over and under 500 or better. Trevor's 500 or he's 3-1 in both over and under, but can't get a favorite or a dog. And then the wheel's pretty much right around 500 and everything but the favorite.
And I got one dog at least.
But yeah, so bad pick for all three of us. All three of us went 1-3. Not a good week.
It's getting pretty frustrating.
Yeah, everyone's rooting for the same one, and then that misses. We all were texting while that game's going on, like it's not going to happen. And then me and Trevor both had the Pittsburgh under or Pittsburgh -2, which there was no shot of them covering that and the under hitting at one point. So it was like, all right, I know I'm missing at least one of these, and I end up missing both of them. So
I almost I stopped thinking about the over under for a second because I was because in my survivor pool there's a couple guys that picked Pittsburgh and then I picked the Jets with one other person, and I was like, all right, this would be really nice if they can lose Pittsburgh and the Jets can win. So it just completely went out of my mind. And then Pittsburgh lost, Jets lost. I was like, all right, well I'm out. I'm like, oh, and then I just also lost that over or the under. So they just kept going back and forth.
Yeah, I figured we just cover our picks, and then if we want to touch on that Eagles game, it was an ugly game to watch. It was not pretty.
I stopped watching at halftime. So
yeah, we had a couple lucky. I think I turned on Red Zone at halftime too because I just couldn't. I couldn't muster watching it. Missed a couple cool plays by the special teams, I think, but yeah, it was hard to watch. We didn't have our 2 wide receivers, but I don't know. We have a bye week to kind of get everybody healed up.
Miss Lane Johnson
needs
as
to
well.
Calm down, dude. Half our team was dead.
Yeah.
And Darius Slay, get the fucking captain off your jersey.
Yeah.
No, but wait
Take
first before you talk bad on him, you have to talk about how many pass defended in counting he has, how many interceptions in counting he has,
first.
6 Pro Bowls. You gotta say the good stuff first.
Embarrassment that guy is.
Just such a such a diva.
Bro.
You just admit that you played bad and that just do the stereotypical I played bad, it's on me, I'm gonna get better and go forward. You don't have to go on there and cry and be like, oh,
I want them to release him straight up.
Yeah,
he sucks,
but
and I don't.
And then the
care.
Michael Parsons thing too. You guys saw that, right?
what?
Yeah, let him go be a cowboy, dude. Let AJ Brown shatter his ankles for 2 weeks.
He went on Michael Parsons' podcast. Michael Parsons brought up the whole CJ Gardner-Johnson kind of beef they had, and his emphasis was you can't be talking on that and then get blown out by the Bucs. And Slay was just laughing along the whole time when he's dogging his guy.
Oh yeah, I mean CJ's also been terrible this year so far. He's given up a touchdown every single game.
Right, but
he makes big.
Not
No,
saying
I understand that you still back up your team, and I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah, you don't go on a rival team's podcast and laugh along while he's dogging one of your other D-backs.
Yeah.
He's a bitch, dude. He tweeted the accolade stuff and then made his account private because he knows what was going to come of that.
Yeah, he was about to.
I can't wait for the next home game. He's going to get annihilated by the crowd. Should have never brought him back, dude. Quinyon Mitchell's sick.
That
I'd rather see Isaiah Rodgers out there than him.
Bye week couldn't have came soon enough for us either. At first, I didn't like the early bye week, but now with the fact that we have all these injuries, it's really nice to have this bye week this week.
Yeah, I was very upset about 5 going into the season, but this actually is perfect timing.
Yep.
I think everyone should be able to pull out for this and be back week 6.
Because I feel some of that was also even if some of the players, if AJ Brown could have played this game, they're let's just keep him out for one more week. We're going to the bye week. He gets an extra 2 weeks sitting off.
Yeah.
And all that. I mean, hopefully Lane comes back.
From his social media postings today, it seems like AJ's back.
He's ready to go, dude. That post was kind of hyping me up.
I'm sure he's pissed.
I don't know. I mean, after this past week and the injuries and then the Phillies starting, I honestly don't give a shit at the moment. It'll come back around, but
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit harder to not give a shit when the Phillies aren't currently playing, but I know what you mean. Still
My mind has switched to
Yeah.
baseball mode, especially last night. Like getting excited for 2 games, and the one game was actually unwatchable.
Oh yeah, that was miserable. I mean, I don't know what the Dolphins are gonna do.
All right, but do we want to go through this upcoming week?
Yeah, well, before we
how-
do that, did you guys see Devontae Adams might want out of Las Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said something about that to Ty during this podcast when we were picking
Yeah.
people.
Would be huge for me, have him on 2 of my teams. So if I can see him move somewhere that's got somebody better thrown to him than Gardner Minshew, I think I'm in luck. Where are you guys thinking he lands? Are you leaning Chiefs or
Jets.
The Jets.
Yeah,
Jets would be awesome. I would love to see the Jets.
I don't, just because I don't want Aaron Rodgers to have fun anymore in his life.
No,
ever
I mean,
again.
would you rather see him on the Jets or the Chiefs?
Chiefs, because Chiefs he would still do good for me for fantasy, but I don't want Aaron Rodgers to have fun anymore for his life.
That is a
That's an insane statement.
He-
The Chiefs are just
disgusting
win the Super
statement,
Bowl again.
Brian.
They still probably are going to.
The Chiefs are literally the top team for the last 5 years, and you want them to get Devontae Adams now?
I don't want Aaron Rodgers to have fun.
You're a hater.
Of Aaron Rodgers,
That's
yes.
terrible. That's terrible.
That's
Ryan.
your fault for picking them.
Yeah, it is my fault, but you know what? I'm holding
You
the
should
grudge.
hate yourself.
Well, I already do.
You
So
could have picked. You could have.
The Jets in the Super Bowl would be a million times more
You
exciting.
could have
than the
picked
Chiefs.
31 other teams, and you picked the wrong one.
yeah, well, I did.
Yeah, I would much rather see him go to the Jets. The Chiefs is a terrible answer, Ryan. That's disgusting.
You're not wrong. I just, in this current moment, this close to when that happened. I mean, ask me in a week, I'm probably gonna change my mind.
Oh,
Currently, I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
I'll start us off with the. Okay, sorry, I wasn't ready like that.
Well, I was just clapping. I was clapping so she knows it, to then cut it back to here. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So, our podcast parlay for the Thursday night game, Bucks versus Falcons. I'm going to lead us off with I'm taking Bijan Robinson plus 25 receiving yards, not rushing.
I am taking the over 43.5 total points in the game.
All right, for it to go over, we're gonna need a Godwin touchdown in there. So I'll take Godwin anytime.
All right. Right now we're looking at plus 600. So, not bad. I think it's pretty plausible bet. So, ride with your boys. Get an extra $60 for you if you bet 10. All right. Not bad, right? That'll
Yeah.
work.
All right, so we can just move right into the Tampa Bay at Atlanta game. Atlanta is -1.5. As I just said, the over/under is 43.5 for this week's Thursday game. This is a pretty good Thursday game, I feel like. Yeah,
Yeah,
divisional
it'll be fun.
matchup, 2 decent teams. I mean, it's
Kyle
kinda,
Pitts might as well just not play.
Yeah. Yeah, if
I
you
mean-
care about stats, you're a loser.
tight ends as a whole are just not doing well this year, fantasy-wise at least. I mean, Mark Andrews
No,
had
not at
what?
all.
I think Mark Andrews had 0.
Yeah, Mark Andrews had 0 points.
Mike
Let's
Gesicki
talk
had
about fantasy. real
negative
quick.
yards. I'm just talking.
What do you want to talk about, Chev?
Who on top? Who 4-0?
Did you see my game when it came down to?
No, mine and Jamin's was close too.
Dude,
Mine came down to that last Amon-Ra touchdown. That really
I
helped
had-
me out.
Kenneth Walker got a touchdown. Nick texted me saying, yo, GG's Ty, because I got the lead. And the Tennessee game, he only had Tennessee players, and I had Kenneth Walker and the Seattle Noah Fant. Dude, Pollard goes, like I said, Titans game's still going on. Like, we're not done yet. Pollard then immediately gets a touchdown. He gets the lead. I'm down 5, and I get it within 1 point, and the game ends. Oh, it was brutal. Noah Fant got a catch, and I needed literally 9 more rushing yards.
That's
Yeah,
me
that's real.
shitting on Tyler as well.
What, last week? Or is that
Nah, Dynasty.
Dynasty? Yeah, my team did not show up in Dynasty. I think I got pup players and injuries, but we're all right. Could be
Oh.
4-0 in my one league and 3-1 in another. So
Me and
my
Kevin
sleepers are
play
not
next
sleepers
week,
are not
too.
doing good.
2 4-0 teams going at it, and I don't have.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
All right, back to the
Back
NFL.
yeah.
So the Bucks Falcons. Well, we're already riding with our parlay on the over here, but if I had to pick one of these teams, I mean, after the beatdown they just put on us, is Baker back, and are they back? And like, was it a Panthers game that they got body, or was it the Broncos?
Broncos.
Broncos, yeah. I mean, that could be looked at more as a fluke game, the way they just responded with us.
Yeah, but I just think with how beat down we were, I think Atlanta's a better team in this. I'd take a minus
You think
1.5.
Atlanta comes out?
I mean, I know it's kind of weird because we beat Atlanta and we lost to Tampa Bay, but I did we play it?
We didn't beat Atlanta.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
yeah.
lost to Atlanta.
I was confusing that with New Orleans for a second. Okay, yeah, so I guess that doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, no, I just think Atlanta's a better team.
I take the Bucks here, but definitely the over.
I'll go with the Falcons and the over.
All right. Move into 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. Is this in London? It is. The London game. New York Jets at Minnesota at London. Minnesota minus 2.5, over under of 40.5 points.
Yeah, against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, who couldn't get a touchdown against the Broncos. Broncos do have a good defense, but
And it was raining, so like I'm not pointing that out, but like it was just poor decision making down the end.
pretty wet out there in London. I don't know if they're in the dome or not, but
I don't think they are, but I'm not positive.
yeah, I'm taking Minnesota here. Minus 2.5, I think, is generous for the Jets.
Yeah,
The way they've been
Minnesota
playing.
is a good team.
Yeah.
They play good football.
So, and honestly, I don't know. The Jets just could not put up any points in that last game. That's hard to take the over.
Yeah, I mean, I would not trust the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam
I mean,
Darnold's
the
actually.
Is the London over? Yeah, it's the London,
The
right?
under.
Yeah. So I'd say London at the Vikings minus 2.5.
I mean, I think the Vikings cover this easily. I think they kind of keep the Jets down in points, so I don't hate the under either.
Mm-hmm. Cleveland at Washington. Washington is minus 3.5, and the total is 44.5. I think this might be my first pick.
It is my first pick.
Uh-oh. Right. What do you got, brother?
Give me the commies minus 3.5.
Oh, that's what I got too.
Yep, me too. So we're beat.
Looks like our favorite's losing again.
Not good. Not good at all.
Oh, we're beat again.
We gotta finally get one as a group. That would make
Hammer
it.
the commies minus 3.5.
No, there's actually no way they lose this game though.
Yeah, it's
At
just
all.
Cleveland stinks. They're bad. I mean, we don't pick Thursday games, or else I might have picked. No, I'm not. I was between this and Minnesota minus 2.5, but with how bad Cleveland is, I just couldn't stay away from Washington. I was.
Jaden Daniels is sick, and it scares me.
Yeah, it's. I'm excited for him. It's cool seeing a rookie ball out, but of course it's the rookie that's on the Commanders in our division, which I do not like.
Yeah, I like it right now, but I can tell it's going to turn into hatred like soon.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, it's gonna be after we play them for the first time.
I mean, with the path that the Eagles are on, yes, it's still early, but if we don't right our wrongs and then we got to face the Commanders who are red hot right now and Jaden Daniels embarrasses the shit out of our defense, I'm going to start hating him very fast.
I mean, as soon as there's like one touchdown against us and celebrates, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah. If he does the fly Eagles, the bird wings, he's dead to me.
Actually guaranteed.
If he does a Caleb Williams double fist pump and jump in the air, yippee.
Yeah.
That was so funny. But
going into what I hate to say it, but feels like a trap game to me. Ravens at Cincinnati. Ravens minus 3, 50.5. There's no reason for the Ravens to only be minus 3 here. This game scares me.
It's a divisional game. That's
Yeah.
the only
I know
reason.
I mean, yes, it's a divisional game, but looking at the teams, it wouldn't make sense. Other than the fact that it's a divisional game, there's no reason for this to be the points.
Well, it's in Cincinnati too, right?
Yes. Okay, that's 2 fair reasons, but still, play-wise.
And the Bengals just won their first game, right?
Bengals just won, but the Ravens just dominated the Bills.
yeah, the Bengals
Yeah.
also they won, but they also played the Panthers.
Yeah,
And
but Bengals had besides the game before the Panthers, they've been playing well. Like they played good enough to beat the Chiefs, but they got hosed.
Yeah,
they did get hosed in that
Like
game.
they're not playing terribly; they're just
Then-
losing games.
they got hosed
And
in
they
that.
could
In
lose
that
a game.
they kind of got hosed in that Commanders game too. They lost by enough points, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion call that they probably should have.
All right, well then, do you guys leaning the Bengals here? Plus,
I'd probably still go Baltimore minus 3, but
I'd be leaning Baltimore.
I'll go
as well.
Bengals.
Try to take Bengals plus 3, 50.5 points. I'd say over.
I want to say over. But with it being a divisional game, I might go under.
Under the Ravens found out that running the ball with Derrick Henry works. So
Yeah.
I think
It works, and they put up a shit ton of points doing it though.
not 50 points.
They don't need to do 50 by themselves.
Well, they scored a lot last week and didn't hit 50,
What was that final score?
30-10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you guys think it's going to be closer than that, 30-20?
I don't think they're gonna put up 30, but
All right. Well, then, next game, Rye.
Carolina. I know I've got Buffalo -1 at Houston over under of 47.5.
This
mean-
is my over.
Okay. Let's say 47.5. I definitely like the over. -1, +1. It's a pick'em game. I don't know which way I lean on this one, but I do. I don't hate that over pick at all.
Yeah, I don't either. It's
Maybe lean.
in terms of
I'm
picking.
gonna say
Yeah,
Buffalo.
I want to say Buffalo, but it's just like both these teams like kind of do not
They're both
fit.
hot. You could either one of these teams could justify a win.
It's just like they don't fit what I thought of them going into the season. Like I thought Buffalo's gonna be way worse.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Houston was gonna be way better, and they kind of both come closer to each other than what I expected. And even like I would,
This could be the best matchup. I think.
Yeah.
This is a great game.
and off of like I thought Houston should have destroyed Jacksonville this past week, and they just barely squeaked out a
Mhm.
win.
Right.
So that kind of scared me. So I think I probably would lean Buffalo here.
I am gonna lean Texans. They need to get back on track.
All right. Next, we got Carolina Panthers at Chicago. Panthers Bears. Bears -3.5. Total points is 42. I don't know what to think about the Panthers because the Panthers put up points now. Panthers somewhat have an offense now. And the Bears are a beast defense, but then just got bodied. And they got a good amount of points put on them.
Would not be surprised if Carolina wins this game, but
Really?
it's just because I don't think Chicago's all that good. I think Caleb Williams isn't yet as good as we thought he could be.
Yeah.
I think I just picked Carolina just to cover, but I think they have a chance to win it out.
Okay.
I mean that
I'd say Carolina covers, but I think Chicago would win. I think it's a close game.
I think it's going to be a close game too. I just think the Bears defense is too good to lose to them.
yeah
Over under 42?
Under.
yeah under.
Under.
That's the only way Carolina's going to cover is if they keep it close or if they keep it low. All right, up next I got Indianapolis Colts at Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are -2.5 favorites, and it's an over/under of 46.5 total points. Going to be a gross game. Just putting it out there. I mean,
Colts
these
Jags, this is
back-to-back games that are probably going to be forgotten by Red Zone. Hopefully,
Mhm.
Give me the Colts +3.
is that your
Plus
pick?
2.5.
That's fine too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate that. Is there any guarantee who's got quarterback?
I mean, if it's
So,
Flacco,
I'd rather it be Joe Flacco.
yeah, if it's
I would
Flacco,
too.
I'd like that pick a lot.
I liked my pick against the Colts last week until Flacco came in.
Makes sense.
And
I
then-
The
mean,
Jags are just bad. Like they're just really, really bad.
well, that's where I
Yeah.
thought like Houston was going to dominate them last week, and I almost lost. I do like that pick. I mean, even with AR in there, I think they probably still get it. I don't mind the over 46.5 though.
Can these teams score that together?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, Jacksonville put up enough last week against Houston; they get kind of close to that. It was like 20 something to.
Yeah, I
20-something.
mean, I think Colts put up a good. How much did the Colts put up too? They put up a good
Oh,
amount
yeah,
of
they put up
Steelers. They-
27.
Yeah.
I don't hate
Yeah.
that. Against the Steelers too.
Yeah,
But I
Yeah.
think
so-
one was a return, right?
So 46.5. Is that your actual pick, Rye? Or?
no, God no.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's what I would pick.
Yeah, I like it. You convinced me. All right, next game. I do have a pick in this one. Miami at New England. We have the Patriots are a -1 favorite, so we got to pick them game. Total points is 35.5.
Gross.
I mean, it's just back to back bad games in the 1 o'clock hour.
Good thing
And
there's
that is
baseball
why-
on this weekend.
I am taking the
Good point.
under 35.5. Patriots solid D against what I think is going to be Tyler Huntley offense, which apparently cannot air the ball out whatsoever. So
I don't think they can really do anything, to be honest. It kind of ruins their whole
35.5.
team.
I know it's low, but I'm taking it.
Sorry.
I would go under as well.
Yeah, I would also go under, and my
Thanks, boys.
actual under is not a far number off that. So
That's all I have to say for this
I
game.
mean,
I
I'd
don't
probably-
even care who wins it because it's not going to be good.
I probably would pick New England, and I mean I don't think they can get Tyler Huntley in this shape within this next week. And we got the start of the 4 o'clock hour. We start off with Arizona at San Francisco. San Francisco is -7.5, over under of 49.5. I mean, Arizona, it seems like they go up and down. They either play well or they play disasters, like just terrible. So
I almost picked them this week, but I didn't really feel like seeing Kyler Murray waddle around, get sacked 12 times again.
yeah,
His San Fran defense is actually disgusting. Warner might be the best linebacker in the league right now. He's just an absolute unit.
what's like?
It's hard. I know it's the Arizona, and Arizona's been, like I said, kind of hit or miss. But when they're hot, they are a disgusting offense to watch. I just would be worried about them playing San Fran. I know
Well, it's like
it's
if-
7.5. It's a big point spread, but
If he
this,
can't
to
do it
me, might
against
be that game.
if he can't do it against the Commanders defense, I don't think he can do it against San Francisco's defense.
Yeah,
So I picked Arizona last week against the Commanders and they got destroyed. So
Mhm.
there's no chance I touch them on this game.
I got nothing on it.
I don't hate the over though. I think San Fran could kind of cover that like 30 to 20 at that 50 just barely.
Yeah, I could see it. Honestly, I could see another defense touchdown. I probably could say over too.
I'll go with the Cardinals scoring points too. I'll go with the over.
I got Raiders at Denver. Kind of another kind of gross game, probably.
I'll
But-
say it again. Thank God the Phillies play on Sunday.
Yeah.
Any
This sucks.
any game with Bo Nix is going to be a gross game.
Yeah, but we got Broncos minus 2.5 over under 36. Is Devontae Adams going to play with the question mark of whether he's going to get traded? He didn't play last week. If he doesn't play, this game is absolute dumpster fire.
And if he doesn't play, my fantasy football team or a couple of my fantasy football teams are screwed again because Devontae
Yeah.
Smith is obviously going to be out with a bye. So I'm going to have no wide receivers again. And I'm pretty sure I have like 2 running backs on buys too, so that doesn't really help.
With this game, I don't know. I don't like either team. I might say, yeah, but like, can the Raiders even? Is the Raiders going to put up any points against the Broncos D?
This is my under. I don't think they're putting up points either side.
Yeah, I don't hate this either. I think, yeah, just take the favorite. No, I'm taking the dog. Take Raiders plus 2.5 against Broncos and definitely under.
I think I'd still take Denver minus 2.5 just because of their defense, but I'm taking the under. I think it's my favorite bet out of this game.
Yeah, I think the under is the only confident bet I would have.
Dude, didn't Bo Nix have like 7 completions last week for negative yards?
Yeah.
So I mean that's why I'm upset Aaron Rodgers couldn't beat that.
All right, moving on. I don't even want to talk about that game much more. But Packers at LA. Oh, the Packers are minus 3 favorites,
Uh-huh.
and the total is 47.5.
Taking
Now-
the under. Rams stink.
Okay, I don't hate the under. The Packers are 0-2 with Jordan Love playing and 2-0 with Malik Willis.
Yeah, but
So-
some of that's kind of
Yeah,
the
I mean-
teams.
I know
Yeah.
it's obviously the teams, but it's a stat nonetheless, Ryan.
I'm
Jordan
sorry.
Love is back, minus 3. I don't know. The Rams, they're able to put up points against the Bears, which is something alone, but I don't know.
I mean, I'd
The fact
still
that the Packers even almost came back last week was impressive.
I'd go with the Packers just because I mean, getting Jordan Love back. I mean, the Rams are still without Puka, without Cooper Kupp.
They
Uh,
got Tutu Atwell, who played fairly well.
Yeah, but that doesn't scare me. I mean,
Yeah, it shouldn't scare you.
because I mean, Green Bay is probably one of the better defenses in the league,
hmm
so I think they'll have no problem there. And getting Jordan Love back really opens up that offense. So yeah, give me Green. I would take Green Bay minus 3 and probably the under. Yeah, I got New York Giants at Seattle. Seattle's minus 6 points over under 43.5. Don't like betting on 2 NFC East teams, but I am going to do it this week. I'm going to take the Giants plus 6. I don't think Seattle's good enough to cover that spread.
Oh,
I
I
don't think
have a bet on this
Right.
game as well, but I'm taking the over of 43.5.
I
Kenneth
don't think
Walker-
Neighbors is playing.
You don't think neighbor? Oh wait, what do you get? Concussion, right?
Thought he like sprained his ankle or something.
Didn't put that into my forecast, but it's already in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
I-
concussion.
It was concussion, right? So that would definitely hurt them in points.
Nah, we're
But
fine.
I think Seattle goes off and puts up a lot of points. For Ryan's sake, maybe they Giants do as well, but that helps both of us. But I think that Kenneth Walker back, that dude is an absolute monster. Like
Let me see
as
here.
good as Charbonnet does with his team, Kenneth Walker comes back and like, okay, no, he definitely is the number one. Those 2 flips he made was incredible. But yeah, I have the over this game, 43.5.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought, like, I mean, yeah, Neighbors being out, I didn't really think about that. But if they were able to, I mean, stay within 5 against the Cowboys, I think they can stay within 6 against the Seahawks.
Honestly, I didn't think about the Malik Neighbors thing either when I said the over, so that does kind of concern me as well.
All right. Move into Sunday night football. Dallas at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is -2.5. Over under of 43 points. I mean, Pittsburgh's probably been one of the hottest teams against the spread this season.
No DeMarcus Lawrence, no Micah Parsons, most likely.
I saw DeMarcus Lawrence.
I cannot wait to see the Steelers defense fly around Dak Prescott and shit on him.
Especially with it being
would be great to see.
Especially with it being
Dallas
at Pittsburgh.
Prime time would be awesome.
Why are they playing in primetime 2 weeks in a row?
Because
everybody hates them.
They're America's team.
Yeah, that's down the drain after this year.
I don't think we're going to see it go down the drain in our lifetime.
Yeah,
28 years of ass.
I don't have any bets on this game. If I did,
neither do I.
Kind of, like I said, if Micah Parsons is out along with Lawrence, I would definitely lean Steelers -2.5, but definitely going under on this.
I mean, I would take Pitt and probably the under as well.
See, this is a game that the Cowboys will just drop 40 points because, that's just some shit they do.
Right when everyone's about to count them out.
Everyone will be right back on top of them.
Yeah, I can see that as well, though.
I don't know. I just really do see TJ Watt just being all over Dak and just making his life miserable in this game.
Yeah, I like the under too. I'm just saying, stating that this is probably going to be one of the ones.
Yeah, definitely on the radar.
Like,
Has everyone done their picks?
Nope.
Yeah.
I got one on the Monday night. Do you as well? All right, so which obviously leaves Ryan spoiling me, but my dog is the Saints +5 in Kansas City. Fuck them Chiefs.
Taking the over. Over 42. I think New Orleans can put up enough points on this. I mean, I know they lost Rashee Rice, but I think Kansas City can also put up enough points against New Orleans. So I think
Rashee Rice, Saints offense, I think has looked great most weeks except for us. So I can see them doing it against the Chiefs. I think 5 points is kind of generous with the fact that Kansas City lost arguably the number one wide receiver. Travis Kelce has not been playing that great. Is Pacheco still out, I believe?
Yeah, I think he's going to be out for a while.
Fibula.
Yeah, so he's going to be out for a good while now. That's a lot of options. That's a lot of weapons for the Chiefs that they don't have. Obviously, they still have Mahomes, but the Saints are still loaded. 5 points, give me that.
I really can't believe did they announce that he tore his ACL yet?
No, but that was disgusting hit by
Mahomes.
Usually should be thrown out.
What happens?
It's that's also that's just he shouldn't even. I mean, he actually hit his own teammate, let alone. But he shouldn't even. You shouldn't go for a hit like that against any player.
Yeah. And you're a quarterback, you probably shouldn't be going for hits.
Should be going down there in general. All right. That wraps it up, right? You want to do our wheelio?
Yep, bringing it up right now. There we go. First pick, the favorite. Got New England -1 at home against Miami.
Oof. I think we all lean that way, but
yeah.
That's the under. All right, the dog.
Underdog is Las Vegas at Denver. I think Las Vegas was the underdog, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Vegas +2.5.
Yep. Vegas +2.5. Denver. Over. Buffalo at Houston over.
47.5.
Same as Trevor. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Believe so.
And then the last one, the under. New Orleans at Kansas City, so it's going against me. I hate that. So why you gotta go against me?
Monday night game. Love it.
All right.
Ready for the recap?
Go ahead.
All right, so my picks. I have my favorite is the Commanders -3.5 against the Browns. My dog is going to be Saints +5 against the Chiefs on Monday night. My over is Giants versus Seahawks. What is it? 43.5, and my under is going to be the. Fuck, where I have it. Sorry, Dolphins and Patriots, 35.5.
For week 5, my favorite is going to be Washington Commanders -3.5 at home against the Browns. My dog is the New York Giants +6 in Seattle. My over is Monday night New Orleans at Kansas City over 42. And then my under is the Raiders at Denver under 36.
All right, and for my favorite, I got Commanders -3.5. Dog is Colts +2.5 versus the Jags. Over 47.5 for the Bills Texans game, and under 47.5 for the Rams Packers.
Alrighty. Hopefully, it's gonna be a good week for the boys. I want all positives, all above 50%. We need a good week. Last week was bad.
Yeah.
Phillies, the Gobblers back at Wawa.
Oh, that's good news.
All right, everyone have a good week. Thanks for watching.
Sip.
That's it.